screen, you'll see a little chat feature. It looks like a dialogue box like Al Cap would have drawn in Little Abner. If you click that on in the near future, that is how the playwrights will be getting suggestions from you to begin their plays. As Ken said, if you don't want to be on the internet, just keep your camera off. You can still participate. There's a little function down at the bottom where I believe you can raise your hand if you want to be called on, or you can type something in chat saying, I have something to say, but you don't need to show up if you don't want to do that. Ken, are you ready for us to introduce our playwrights?
I am ready, and I can announce to the world that we are now live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Say hello to my friend Delisha Sampson. That was Delisha, one of my favorite friends from the real world. All right, let's begin by introducing our playwrights. I am going to start by introducing Mike Durkin. Mike Durkin, why don't you come on screen? Mike Durkin is the founder of Freestyle Rep, its executive director, and a teacher and performer who develops and appears in Freestyle Repertory's video series, Home Fooling. Also works in New York City as an actor in scripted theater. And to be fair, he was not the founder, he was a founder, because there were certainly other by his side all throughout that enormous period. I had the honor of working with both Mike and Laura in Freestyle Repertory Theater for many years, one of the most wonderful times of my entire life. Please welcome Mike Durkin. Mike, what's your strategy tonight? How are you going in?
I'm going in blindly. I have no thoughts. I didn't even think of what kind of suggestion to ask for, so it truly is. I'm going to go in there blindly. Oh, geez, I just went blind. Oh, God, no. For a second there, I thought I went blind.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Save those for the play, Michael. Save those.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to also bring in Jeff Tarson. He's going to be writing for us. He's been an improviser for decades, like 3 decades. Also a television writer, has had 20-some produced episodes. He teaches writing at Hofstra University. Jeff, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. And I have my vision. I'm feeling great.
You need vision for
you
play.
Do.
Right?
You do.
Yeah.
I will.
No matter what the medium is. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Great.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Why don't you go back into our writer's nook and let's meet Lisa Thompson. Lisa Thompson has been writing in Monday Night Playgrounds, Bay Area's company, during the 2019-2020 season. Her short play, Strike Home, received a staged reading at Berkeley Rep. Lisa, welcome to the show. You've written with us before. It's always an honor to have you here. Tell us, what is your favorite part about sitting in the audience and watching people put on your play?
Well, it's so exciting and nerve-wracking. Frankly, the one time that it has happened so far, I was pretty nervous. So I did enjoy it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to more.
All right. Well, hopefully you will enjoy tonight and you won't be so nervous when we're reading your play.
Oh, no, not with this crew.
Thank you for being here, Lisa. Please go on back to our writer's nook.
Laura Valpy is joining us tonight, writing with us. Hello, Miss Valpy.
Hello.
Laura began her improv career in Seattle, Washington with Unexpected Productions, but she's been here in New York City working with Freestyle Rep since 2001. And her play, Where's the Baby, received a stage reading at the Barrow Group. And you actually have babies around your house, don't you?
I do. It's a miracle they're not completely interrupting everything at the moment. So we'll give credit to Bones for corralling them in the bedroom now and making them go to sleep.
Right. So they're not going to be a part of your strategy tonight. You're just going to allow us to introduce the randomness.
Absolutely, yes, and please do, because I'm on the Durkin train tonight. Blank, total blank. I'm faking it till I'm making it, you guys.
Go for it, then. Go for it.
Okay, good.
All right, Laura, thank you very much. And our final playwright of the evening, it's a real honor to introduce you to Chris Marcel. Chris, as a part of the writing team with New York Theater Sports alum Sam Johnson, Chris has written for a number of TV shows, including Beavis and Butthead, News Radio, Frasier, How I Met Your Mother, Hot in Cleveland, and most recently, What We Do in the Shadows. He also teaches TV writing at USC. Please welcome Chris to the show. Hello, Chris. How are you?
Fantastic.
It is so
Really
lovely to have
primed.
you here.
So I'm jacked, I'm chuffed,
Hey,
you know,
Chris,
whatever you like.
I know that you have a little bit more on the line tonight than some of the other writers here, because you are not the only writer there at your house, right?
Well set up, Laura. This is like the biggest thing to happen in our house is my wife, the novelist Julia Claiborne Johnson, just published her second novel, Better Luck Next Time, which is set at a divorce ranch in Reno in 1938. And it's it has been called Capra-esque by a reviewer in the Christian Science Monitor. So, but it's better than that.
Yeah, I saw the picture. We couldn't read it on there, but I saw it up there. It says a literary sleight of hand, Johnson.
Yes, Stephen Johnson's signature wit keeps you laughing while she quietly breaks your heart.
Yeah. So
True story. I can attest to that.
So you got to keep up tonight, man. You got to.
I have, yes, no, it is, you know, I want my children to still be able to look me in the eye.
Oh, sure.
Or maybe start to. Did I say continue? I meant start to.
All right. Let's invite the other writers, the other playwrights for tonight back on the screen. And
I'm not a playwright. I'm not going.
if you haven't
And
already,
a playwright.
and television writers, people
Yeah, exactly. No, come on.
next to characters' names with a colon. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So audience members, if you haven't switched that chat option on yet, it's down at the bottom. When you move your cursor around, it pops up, says chat. Switch that on, because we are going to get some suggestions for our playwrights. When they ask you for a suggestion, if you have an idea, type it into that chat function and they will take it from there. And let's see if I can get Mike Durkin up here since he's totally unprepared to get a suggestion. Let's see if he's thought about it. Mike, ready? Steady?
I am
Yeah.
exactly ready. You know, I should open my chat. Otherwise, I can't see that stuff.
Exactly.
Here's what I'd like. I would like, just the first thing that comes into your head when I say, I'd like a tool. Tool. A tool. Any kind of tool. Ooh, boy. I'm going to go with, you know, I'm seeing a lot of screwdrivers, so I'm going to go with, which is something I asked a bus driver one time. I'll go with screwdriver.
All right. Let's get up. Jeff Tarson, what are you going to come up with?
I would like an unusual location for this play to take place. Unusual location for a play. And I'll turn away for a second and turn back.
Drama.
Oh my goodness, they're all coming in. I see, wait a minute. What did I just see up here? Holy cow, they're still coming in. All right, I will go with the Sahara Desert is what I see. So we're gonna go with Sahara Desert.
Wonderful. All right. Lisa Thompson, what are you looking for?
I am looking for a quality of water or something that water does. And again, I'm going to look away. Jeff, I'm surprised you didn't take inside someone's mouth. That was great. I'm going to go with glimmer.
Ooh, very evocative. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Miss Valpe Rodriguez, what are you coming up with?
Well, at the top of the show, Ken mentioned a friend from real life. And that makes me miss my friends from real life and getting together with people. So what I would like is what is a reason that you would get together with people? What's a reason to get together? Let's see. I know so many people are writing things. So I'm going to give it like 20 seconds. Oh my gosh, I love it. They're coming in. Oh my gosh. Multiple funerals. All right, going with funeral.
Oh,
Going with funeral. These are great though. I want to do all these things. I mean, except the funeral. Okay. Okay,
yeah, but
funeral.
now you're doing the funeral.
I know. Oh, geez.
All right. And now let's get up Chris and Marcel and find out what you're looking for.
I would like a literary or rhetorical device.
How many people knew what that meant?
We've got them popping up there.
People talk about playwriting, you know, I figure that. All right. I'm going to take MacGuffin.
I don't even know what that is myself.
It's the crime dog.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes.
I think.
Oh,
isn't
we
it?
will all
Am I
learn
wrong?
later. We will all learn
Now,
later.
a MacGuffin is a phrase of Hitchcock's. It's the thing that the characters are ostensibly going for, but they're really, while the real business of the story is being goes on in its way.
Cool. I get a definition, and soon I will have an example of what that is. All right. Let's do
Maybe.
a quick round of reminding what our what your suggestions are. Mike, what did you get?
Screwdriver.
All right.
Screwdriver.
And Jeff, you got
The Sahara Desert is what I got.
excellent. And Lisa,
I got glimmer.
I love that. I love that. And Laura Valpy,
Funeral.
that's sad. And Mr. MacGuffin, what did you get?
I got a Marcel.
Oh, he's quick, you guys. He's quick.
All right. Now I'm wondering, oh, did I spotlight myself here?
Yes, you did.
Okay, let me see if I can just go to this gallery view. All right, thank you all for letting me rehearse what Mike and I are going to do when we begin teaching at PS 321, putting up those spotlights and stuff. We get to go back and start working with kids again. And by go back, I mean be here. All right, playwrights. I think they're ready to go, Ken.
All right.
Keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen, playwrights, for our texts, which we will be sending you via cell phone. You're going to get 45 minutes to write these plays. Remember, it's improv, meaning always say yes to your own first idea. Be spontaneous. Everything you will do will be right. Ready? On your marks, get set, right away. All right, Ken.
All right. Well, at this point, we would like to invite all of our audience members to turn their videos back on. We're going to move into the interactive section of our workshop. Now, Laura, can you make it so that we can all see everybody again? I think we're all seeing you.
Well, I see everybody.
Do you? Okay, now I do too. I apologize for that. Well, hello, and it is lovely to see everybody. So let me remind everybody, first of all, thank you for being here. Also that we are streaming on YouTube and Facebook. So if you would like to keep your video off during this whole experience because you don't want your face on YouTube or Facebook, you are welcome to do that. But it is a whole ton of fun if you actually are on screen with us. So I hope most of you will come on screen with us so that we could have that in the room atmosphere. Do keep your chat on and available so that we'll be able to communicate that way as well, because there will be some times where we are going to exchange information back and forth via chat. Also, It is probably best to do the writing exercises with paper and pen, or paper and pencil, rather than on your computer. So if you have some paper and pencil handy, you want to go get that, then that is the recommended medium for writing here at Right Away. Laura, take it away.
Sure, sure. As you heard, if you've not been with us before or not done improvisational theater, as I said, reminded the playwrights, and it's worth, I know I always have to be reminded that in improvisational theater, in any improvisation, we're trying to be spontaneous. So we keep in mind the rule, always say yes. So if you think, should I write this? Yes, you should. If it's the first thing that pops in your head and you think it may not exactly fit the rules or what Ken and I thought, or that it may be what everybody else is writing, or anything, whatever you thought of is absolutely right, even if you think it's nothing.
Thank you.
And that's what makes the jam so incredibly fun, is just to find out how many different things went on in different people's heads, all based on the same prompt. So let's just shake our hands out. Don't know if you've been sitting in front of a computer all day, or but definitely most of us don't write with pencils, and we need to get our fingers going and ready to go. We're going to start out with a couple of just warm-up exercises that are just goofy. In fact, this one is so incredibly goofy. Ken, I'm spotlight you and me again, so that everybody can really see us. And this is going to be a test of our memory. What we're going to do is we are going to, I see that it's hard for me to do these things and talk at the same time and find Ken. We are going to, I'm going to take myself off spotlight. I hope everyone can get to where they can see Ken and me. Because what's going to happen is Ken and I are going to alternate striking a pose. And we would like for you to write a caption based on the pose. So if I were to go like this, you would write the caption that would be underneath this. Ken, you and I have to remember what those poses were.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. All right. So let's only do about, how many you think you can remember?
I say 3.
You can remember 3? All right. I don't think I can, but I'll try. All right, you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to strike the first pose. Is that what's happening?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So here is the pose.
And you have like 3 more seconds to write your caption for that. All right. And here is my pose.
And 3 more seconds to write your caption for that. And here is my next pose.
Three, 2, 1. Here is my pose.
And 3, 2, 1. And here's my final pose.
Three, 2, 1. And here is my final pose.
Three, 2, 1. All right. All right. So, Laura, are we ready to share some of these?
Yeah, I would love to hear some of these. If you would like to read and your picture is not on the video, type in "I would like to read" and we'll know who wrote it. But if we can see you, raise your hand if you'd like to read yours. And I see Gregory Lawrence Stewart. I see your microphone is on. That's perfect. Ken, let's test our memories here.
All right, so we'll strike the pose and you read the caption under us. Here we go.
Salami and cabbage. All the gulls are back. Marshmallows are coming. It's the answer. Uma, shut up. You too, John.
Awesome job. Who else would like to read?
I'll read.
All right. Amy?
Okay,
All right,
yes.
here we go.
All right. He just saw Trump jump into a cesspool. Woman saw Ivanka do the jig. Where did America go? The glass is full of Flint water. He's a living human bug. She's a living human bug.
Well, that was pointed.
I sense
All
the
right.
theme there.
Yeah.
Who else would like to read? Karen Harrell.
That car is mine? Dude, check out the dolphins. Look, a wildebeest. A fish was in the glass? I've got you in my sights. Right back at you.
Awesome job. Okay, I see Colette from chat saying that she would like to read. There you are, Colette, I see you. All right, let's do it. Here we go.
He did what? That way. A ship, we're saved. I think he fell in the glass. Uma Thurman be damned. Batwoman, Catwoman, it's all the same.
Awesome job. I want to say a quick shout out to my new friend Shailaja, who's coming all the way to us from India. All the way from India. That is Shailaja. Hello, Shailaja, and welcome.
Wow, I feel like I've gone somewhere.
And Heidi, hello to you as well. And Leonie, hello to you as well. All right, what do you say, Laura? One or two more of these?
Do you see volunteers? People wanting to read?
Who's up? Yes, Heidi, and then Clara. Heidi and then Clara. Here we go.
Good time, Ken.
Popcorn goes in the hole. She said it first. I cannot see it. I used to have kidney stones in here. Do I look like John Travolta? No, I do.
Awesome job. Clara Rodriguez.
George didn't expect any mail today. Nancy hates attention. Ben is looking for his pencil. Gabby learned how to drink like Trump. Jean wants to be a hero. So does Janice.
Awesome job. Awesome job. What do you say? Shall we move on to the next activity, Laura?
I'm winded. I'm not used to that much exercising.
All right. Our writers have been writing for 10 minutes already. Do we?
Yeah, let's do that. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay. We want to throw another suggestion at the writers, just to keep things crazy there. The suggestion, Ken will text it to them and they have to immediately incorporate it into the plays that they're writing. And what I would like to do is get a sound, the idea of a sound that one of the character makes for 10 seconds. What is a sound one of the characters might make for 10 seconds? The actual person. Oh, wow. Wow. This is so much. At least twice I see crying. So somebody cries, one of the character cries for 10 seconds.
Okay, give me a second to type that in.
All right. While you're typing it in, what's going to happen next is, yeah, it worked. I got my my suggestion there. We're going to do some finish my thoughts, Ken?
Yep.
All right. What's going to happen is Ken's going to give you the beginning of a sentence and you are to finish his thought. You primed for that, or should I take this?
Yeah, no, I could do it, but you must know, I tried to send the direction that a character cries for 10 seconds, but I have big ungainly thumbs, and so in fact, they will be crying for 20 seconds.
Okay, that's the way it goes.
That is the way it goes. All right, so this next exercise, again, is just a spontaneity exercise to allow your subconscious to flow free and pour out onto the page. And this is called deep thoughts, but they don't really have to be deep thoughts. They can be very shallow. I'm going to start a sentence which explains a deep thought. You're going to write the end of that sentence, and you can write, it doesn't have to be very long, or it could be as long as you want, but you'll have maybe 5 or 6 seconds to write. So just think in terms of wrapping it up in like 5 or 6 seconds. So here we go. Stained glass windows are like, and here's the next one. The next one is, when I see snow, it reminds me of. And here's the final one. The final one is, so summing up, I'd say, and that's it. Awesome job. So let's hear some of these. I'll read the first part of the sentence and you read out the part of the sentence that you wrote down. Who'd like to share with us their deep
I will.
thoughts? All right, Amy, thank you. Here we go. Stained glass windows are like,
Broken hearts, they shatter in multicolors.
oh, when I see snow, it reminds me of.
Falling out of my dad's car on our way to Florida.
So summing up, I'd say.
This has been one fucking hell of a year.
Well, that was pointed again. All right, who else would like to
That could
share?
get us taken off of Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Okay, I see Monica. Here we go, Monica. Stained glass windows are like.
Rainbows in the dark, they glow and shimmer.
When I see snow, it reminds me of.
Wisconsin in the spring.
So summing up, I'd say.
The world is going to continue despite our best efforts.
Awesome. Shailaja, I saw your hand up there. Are you ready for us? Okay, here we go, Shailaja. Stained glass windows are like.
Stars in the sky.
Oh, when I see snow, it reminds me of.
A trampoline.
So summing up, I'd say.
We're all going to Mars.
Beautiful job. Nancy, did I see you volunteer there? All right, thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Nancy, welcome. Here we go. Stained glass windows are like.
Cultural competence.
When I see snow, it reminds me of.
Purity and hope, Christmas and magic.
So summing up, I'd say.
When all is said and done, more is said than done.
Awesome job. All right, I think we can have a few more. Is there anybody else who would like to share their deep thoughts? Gregory, thank you very much. Here we go. Stained glass windows are like. Oh, Gregory, you're on mute, my friend. Let's take that one from the top. Here we go. Stained glass windows are like.
The raspberry pie you made last week.
Oh. When I see snow, it reminds me of.
Isabella Rossellini.
And so summing up, I'd say.
The lights are all on and everybody's home.
Oh, that's nice. That's very optimistic. I appreciate that. Awesome job. Did I see another hand after Gregory? All right. Awesome job. Laura, I'm going to hand it back over to you now that we're all warmed up and ready to go.
Hey, Ken, I think it might shock the playwrights if they got another suggestion this early, so let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here's the suggestion I would like to get. And pardon me as I bounce around getting my computer plugged in before it conks out on me. I would like to, for one of the characters to hum or sing a well-known piece of music. And it could be, you know, a song that, you know, like Happy Birthday that everybody knows, or it could be, you know, classical music that everybody knows. But I would like to get that. And so let me see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. This is shall we keep our theme going here and that they sing the theme to Batman?
Do they have to make up words?
I'm going to leave that up to them. They're
okay. So
folks.
So a character sings the theme song to Batman. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going. They have 28 minutes left to write.
Okay. Here's the next thing we'd like to do. We've played this game before. If you've been here in the jam, we've played it before, but someone suggested that because we ask you to do something, it would be fun to watch other people do it. So we've never tried this before. We're actually going to divide the group in half. So if your name starts with a letter between A, your last name starts with a letter between A and L, would you turn your camera off now? And we'll see who's left. And they will do this exercise first, this game first. Okay, cool. This game is called Shape, Face, Move. And what I would like is when I say the word shape, if you would just kind of change your posture where you are. And then when I say face, if you would add the facial expression. And then when I say move, if you would just gesture as that character might. Your character is based on the word innocence. Here we go. Shape. And if you change in the slightest, you've done it right. Face. Yeah, the faces have already started, but you can add on to it. And move, as a character who looks like this might move. Move. And now, as that character, would you grab your pencil and write down the ends of these sentences? Your first sentence is there ever... The next one that your innocent character finishes starts with, how many... And the last one starts with, why? All right. And I'd love to hear what happened. Who'd like to read what they wrote? The 3 questions of innocence. Delicia, is that how I say it? Excellent.
Hi.
All right. Shall I say the first part and you say the second? Okay, here we go. Is there ever
a more beautiful day?
How many
people love me like you do?
Why?
I ought to marry you today.
Excellent. Excellent. Who else wants to read there? Martha, excellent. Shall I read the beginning?
Okay, now you can.
Sure. Oh, here we go. Is there ever
enough?
How many
more do we get?
Why?
Not have it all.
Exactly. She asked innocently.
And you've heard it before.
I have. Who else wants to read theirs? Got any takers?
I see Heidi raising her hand there.
Yeah. Okay, here we go, Heidi. You got your microphone on? There we go. Is there ever
a time in when I would feel this happy?
How many
days till I can see him again?
Why
do I love him as much as my kitty cat?
Excellent. If there's no one else who wants to read theirs, and I'm watching for hands here. Oh yeah, okay, Terry, let's do it. Got your microphone on?
I don't. There we go.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Is there ever
enough time for bathing?
How many
buttons in that jar?
Why
do the stars keep on shining?
I should have sent that one to them. Excellent. Thank you, Terry. All right. Last call. Anyone else want to read? Cool. If you ever change your mind and you do want to read something, you all either have or will receive an invitation to join a private, closed Facebook group that we have called Right Away Afterwards, that we put there for things that people have to say or share or ask after the show. What I'd like to do now is switch. Those who just did this exercise, turn your camera off, and you get to watch those who are now turning their camera on. A whole new set of characters. Are we all there? Excellent. Okay, so it's shape, face, move, and your character trait is wisdom, shape. And once again, I'll say, if you've changed it all, it's perfect. And the face. Move. And now, this is fun to just sit and watch. And now, grab that pencil and finish these sentences for us, if you would, as this wise character. If you ever need the next sentence starts, the most important thing is, and the last sentence is, just make sure that you never All right. I want to hear some. Who's going to share? Who'd like to read theirs? All right, Heather Adams. You got your microphone on? There we go. Okay, here we go. If you ever need...
Friend, ask one who's less busy.
The most important thing is...
language and philosophy.
Just make sure you never...
disrupt my Zoom lecture.
Spoken like someone who's doing college online. Who wants to read? All right, Amy, let's hear it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. If you ever need
Antidepressants, go to the psychiatrist.
the most important thing is
to dream as big as a huge yellow balloon.
just make sure that you never
get drunk and take your pants off at a party.
Nice words indeed. Okay, who wants to read? All right, Colette. Here we go.
Okay.
If you ever need
a friend, don't call Bob.
The most important thing is
to pack Band-Aids, Bactine, and dry socks.
Just make sure that you never
tell anyone you plan to rob a bank. Just do it.
I feel myself getting smarter. All right. I'd love to hear some more. Who would like to share theirs? All right. Is that Jamie? Jamie. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. If you ever need
to go outside, look out the window first.
The most important thing is
to smell. You can always smell what's coming.
Just make sure you never
yell. It rarely helps and cannot be taken back.
Oh, nice, nice. Cool. All right. Who else wants to? Oh, I see Leonie. Let's do this. Here we go. If you ever, is your microphone off? There we go.
Yes.
If you ever need
to know what is true, simply look inside yourself.
The most important thing is
to know thyself no matter what.
Just make sure you never
take advice from an old codger.
Hey, wait a second.
How many of us identify with being an old codger?
All right. Anyone else? Anyone else going? I've covered up my chat. Let me just check that. Okay. All right. Ken, are we getting to be time that we should send another one?
I think so. They have 17 minutes remaining.
All right. So another suggestion for them. How about we throw in a smell? Shall we do that?
That is a great idea.
All right.
So a strong odor will emanate in the place. What is the strong odor? Oh, I love dead roses. Wow, I don't even know what dead roses smells like, but I bet it's very distinctive. So that is awesome. I'm going to take that suggestion of dead roses and send it back. And Laura, in the meantime, if you want to start setting up the next writing activity, go right ahead and do that.
Sure, sure. All right. People who have your camera off, if you want to pop back on, that would be cool. Let's do a description of a setting. What I'd love is to write a description of a setting with a quality. So we're going to get that set up. For example, if my setting was farm and the quality of the farm that I wanted in there was greed, I might write something like, the pigs were wallowing in the trough, snorting to get more, while the farmer looked happy with how much he was going to sell them for. Something like that, you know, that would describe the setting and what's going on there. Pick one of these settings for your setting. It could be a beach or a kitchen, or let's say a medieval street, a medieval road. And then the quality, anyone you pick is fine. How about, let's make them between melancholy, cheerful, or um, show-offy. Melancholy, cheerful, or show-offy. All right, you ready?
Laura, forgive me, before you start, I have a point of clarification. Is this, how long will they have to write? And is this like a paragraph or a sentence, or what is the expectation?
Let's say people will have 2 minutes to write, and I will give them a couple of words to start out with, and I will interrupt a couple of times. How's
Okay,
that?
so we should expect to write for 2 minutes.
Yes. Thanks, Ken.
Perfect.
So
Yep.
you got your setting, you've got the quality. Here we go. Begin by describing what someone might see, and you start with there is. And here comes your first prompt. Describe a sound in this setting. And the last prompt, there is a smell in this setting. Describe it, please. And just take about 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hey, Ken, how about before we hear some, let's send a suggestion in.
Yes, and we have just 11 minutes left for our playwrights to write. Just 11 minutes left.
All right, you got a genius idea for a suggestion?
Yes, I do. Suddenly, somebody feels something at the bottom of their leg. They look down. What do they see?
Oh.
I'm trying. A cobra. Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a cobra. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna send them back. And Laura, if you wanna, are we gonna do some readings now?
Yeah, let's do.
Okay, great. So I'll hand that off to you, and I'll send them their suggestions.
All right. Who would like to read their setting description? Because I would like to hear them. I see Delicia. Would you switch on your microphone and let's hear it?
Okay. All right. So I picked kitchen for the location, and or do you want me to say or no?
Yes, thank you for doing that. I would like to.
Okay. And I put show offy.
Okay.
Okay. There is a marble counter set with glistening appliances such as KitchenAid's Sub-Zero freezer and a gorgeous gold espresso machine. In sachets Lorraine, swish, swish, swish goes her taffeta caftan as she arranges 13 dozen golden roses in a golden vase. Suddenly she smells burnt toast coming from the pantry. Hilda, what are you burning in there? I told you only the help can cook.
Very nice. A setting description that also brings in character, and it sounds like the beginning of a plot. Wonderful. Can we hear another one? Karen.
There's no cleaner place on, oh, I did kitchen and cheerful. There's no cleaner place on earth than Nora's kitchen. The air is lighter and brighter in her culinary centerpiece. My feet fall on the floor, but unlike my kitchen, I hear only silence, not the crackle of ancient crumbs. Nora has been cooking an apple pie, the scent of which transports me to the orchard on a warm summer day.
Beautiful. Thank you. I see. Oh, Heidi, I barely see your little fingers there. Let's hear yours. What was the setting and feeling you picked?
I chose beach and melancholy.
Ah.
You're now assuming I can read my handwriting. There is a wind blowing the sand across the beach. The chill is making its way through my winter coat. It's so desolate out here. But it's something. But it brings back good memories. I hear the gulls laughing at me. They don't know how much you would have liked to see them soar against the wind, their whiteness against the steel blue of the ocean. They sail. Oh, the salt in the air drives through my lungs and finally through my eyes. I miss him.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Time check, Laura. We have 7 more minutes for our playwrights to write.
We've sent them 4 suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should set up the final suggestion so we can spring it on them.
And then we can continue reading as well.
And we can continue reading. All right. So Ken and I, in the spirit of improvisation, or maybe just mean-spiritedness, are throwing in more suggestions than the playwrights might expect. And because several of them have done this before, and also at stranger times. And we thought of one that we've never done, which is how the play ends. When we read the plays, normally the playwright ends it by saying curtain or blackout or end of play, or in my case, I usually say something like, sorry, that's all the time I had, or something like that. We say something, and obviously when you go to the theater, usually a curtain falls or is closed, or the lights go out, but they go out at a certain pace, sometimes faster and sometimes slower. So what I would like is the suggestion of, is it, and you can type this in chat, is it curtain or lights, and is it sudden or long or slow, or you can tell us how many seconds. I'd just like to know, just pick something and write it in there. The way the audience actually knows the show is over. Oh, yeah. Ken, are you looking at these?
Yes. Do you see one that you'd like to grab?
I love them all. One is very long. I don't think I'm going to send that because I don't want to type it all. But lights. Oh, wait a second. I'm going to take it. Lights dim till only center light is on. Then this one fades out too.
Awesome.
That's what I'm going to type to them and send them with about like a minute left. Okay.
And did you want to get a sound effect to follow or no?
You know what? I'll just tell the playwrights that there
okay.
has to be a sound effect, and they can put that in.
Okay. So you are typing the text to them?
I will type them. Why don't you go on with the readings?
Fantastic.
Or go on with the readings. You type it, man.
Okay, that sounds good.
You've been doing it. Okay. All right. I'd love to hear some more settings. Who wants to read theirs. Monica and then Anat. That would be great. Monica, you ready? Oh, Monica, you need to turn your microphone on.
Yeah, sorry.
There, thanks.
I chose Medieval Street and Melancholy. There's a small rat wriggling through a hole in the wall leading to the kitchen. The food smells are overwhelming and seductive to all rodent noses. The spoon slips into the soup and explodes a delectable amount of goodness into the trough that keeps all of us rats in a place of nirvana. The smell is both sweet and sour and savory, to be sure.
Oh, cool. Did you say all of us rats?
All of us rats.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. And then I said, Anath?
Yeah, well, it's also medieval and melancholy, but after her rats, I would resign.
No. Hearing different variations.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Okay, there is this medieval road in my little hometown. Gloomy, rainy days abound. Sometimes you hear strange noises coming from the side of the road. You may think it's a horde of hyenas or abandoned babies screaming for their mummies, hungry. And there is this smell of burned butter sizzling in a pan.
Wow, thank you.
We have 3 minutes left for our writers to finish up their plays. 3 minutes left.
All right. Did we have more people who wanted to read their setting description?
I see Griffin.
Griffin, yeah.
All right. Well, I chose Medieval Street also, but I picked Show Offy. So there's a cavalcade of knights touting banners and severed heads on pikes, clomping down the road. They hurrah and whoop, dodging buckets of piss, slapping and splashing on the cobblestone. The sweet scent of marbled bread wafts from the bakery to be feasted on in the evening. Daughters and sons greet their fathers with cheers and rice flung like confetti.
Wow, that's beautiful. We have 2 minutes to bring our writers back. 2 more minutes for them to write.
All right. I loved hearing the medieval stuff because it made me think, yes, there have been worse times than this.
Only separated by the buckets of piss. That's the only difference.
We have a very short amount of time. Did anyone want to read theirs that I didn't see? Okay, excellent. Ken, did you want to try? Oh, wait, Heather, did you just raise your hand?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right.
This will be the last one. We have 1 minute left, so this will be the last one, and then we'll have to bring them back.
Just to round this out, I did a cheerful medieval road. There is sparkling, gold-wrapped candies shining in the cracks of the cobblestone. The village children squeal with delight, kneeling to take them up, as their parents take more heed of the trumpets announcing the royal family's arrival. Even the odor of the baby princess's spit up could not darken the light in anyone's heart on this grand day for the kingdom.
I love it. Very nice.
Okay, we have just 30 seconds before we're going to call the writers back.
Okay, so everyone turn your microphones on. We'll do an out loud thing. I'm going to say something and I'd like for you to just shout out what its opposite is, even if it doesn't have an opposite. So here we go. Everybody ready? You got your microphones on? We won't be able to hear everybody because that's how Zoom works. All right. The opposite of a worm is
a bird.
Bird.
Spaghetti.
The opposite of oh, what a beautiful morning is
ugly
The
night.
dark and stormy night.
And that's it. The time is up. It's time to bring our writers back. I am texting them to come back. Come back. Come back. That was awesome. Everybody give yourself a huge round of applause.
Thank you all for your writing, and thank you for being here. And many of you, thank you for your generous contributions that you have made to our companies. If you would like to make a contribution to our companies, I am typing right now the web address of Freestyle Repertory Theater and the web address of Synergy Theater into the chat. I know we all are trying to support the haircutters and the restaurants and the theaters around us, and it's very appreciated. We all want to be there when we all get to come back out onto the street. And I've also put a link to our closed Facebook group right away afterwards. If you'd like to join that, let us know. And we've got Chris back, we've got Jeff back, we've got Mike back, we've got Miss Valpy back. Do we have, yep, here comes Lisa. Excellent. How did it go, folks?
Well, it's long.
As our writers are coming back on screen, if we could ask all of our audience members to kindly turn their video off so we could just check in with all of our writers. So we'll have just Laura and I and the writers on screen for a few moments.
Yep. All right, here we go. Here's what's going to happen next, everybody. The playwrights are going to email their plays to us, and we will be reading them to the audience. But I think we need to take about 10 minutes to get that all set up. So audience, feel free to stay here and watch the madness if you want. But if you need to run around and do other things, if you could get back here at, say, 32 minutes after the hour, we will begin the readings. 32 minutes after whatever hour where you are, and we will see you then.
All right. Awesome. That was a cool jam, Laura. I love those activities.
Oh, good, good. So why don't we take a moment and if people could just tell us who they're casting in their play.
Cat Coppet, we love you, and your video is on.
Oh, it looked normal to me. I'm used to We can't hear you, Cat.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, we can see you, so everything
There we
is
go.
wrong.
All right, who's ready to tell us who they need for their play? Mike, let's hear it.
My play is, I need Chris to be number 1. I need Valps to be number 2.
Nice.
And I need Jeff to be number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Okay.
And the name of my play is It's a Shitty Life.
You're never going to be on Facebook or YouTube. Never. I had to send emails inviting people a second time because some people's spam wouldn't let Butthead come through. I was saying that we were having this wonderful Chris Marshall here who's written for Beavis and Butthead, and I get this thing back going, oh no.
Well, if
Right.
their spam filter is set to that, I don't want them.
Yeah.
All right, does anybody else have their casting ready?
I'm gonna figure it out as I say it out loud right now.
Okay.
Lisa, will you please read Christy? Chris, will you please read Sam? Jeff.
Nice.
Jeff, will you please read Ian?
Ian, okay.
Ian, and I also have a Danny coming on. How about Ken? Will you pop on as Danny near the end? And I have not titled it yet, but it's at a funeral, and I will get it into a PDF and put those names on right now.
Beautiful.
Okay. Who's ready?
I'm ready.
Lisa.
We have Jose, and that will be Jeff, please.
Okay.
Serena, that would be Valpy. And God, Mike Durkin.
Oh, no, good. That's
Typecasting.
Typecasting.
Ba-da-ding.
Okay.
Is that all, Lisa?
That's all.
Okay.
Sending it now.
Okay. I have 2 characters in my play, which I think will just show up as Jeff's play when it comes as PDF. And I need Ken. I would like you to play Victor.
Okay.
And Valpy, I would like you to play Rachel.
Rachel. Okay.
Right.
I think Valpy and I have worked together before in a play.
You are the lunts of right away.
Chris,
Okay.
what do you need?
All right. Jeff is going to be Frank.
Okay.
Valpy is going to be Janice. And Janice and Ken is going to be Edgar.
Edgar, thank you.
And it's called MacGuffin.
Huh.
Nice.
Clever.
All right. Is
Yeah.
that all?
There we go. Excellent.
Great.
Okay.
Go ahead, kindly
coming
email
in a minute,
those
sorry.
babies out.
I think we've got 6 minutes left on this break.
That is
All right.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
I have 7
Means
minutes.
all of these will be
actually.
very cold reads.
I will just say to my cast, it's not funny. And I would read it straight.
All right.
I'm going to step.
All right. I quit.
I'm going to step away for a minute, but I will be right back.
Yeah, just read it. Read it the way it appears.
Read it the way it's meant to be read.
I guess. I'm not quite sure what I mean.
Great.
And I'm looking for Lisa's play.
I just sent it.
Okay.
The attachment says Glimmer, but it's actually called No Glimmer.
No Glimmer.
No Glimmer.
No Glimmer? Okay.
I should put, hold on, in my email, sorry, I'm putting my cast in the body of the email too, and then this will be sent. Ooh, okay, there we go. All right. I would say in mine, I'm mostly just saying this because after other time I've done this, I wish I had said it and I kept forgetting to, that if I've put any pauses or beats in there, which reading stage directions, I'm not going to read out loud, but please take them. Please take the beats or the silences if I've put any in there. I find as I write that I tend to do that a lot. We'll see if I did today.
I got yours, Lisa.
I think I have everybody's but Chris's. Right?
I sent it just a bit ago.
Okay, let me see. It's possible that I just don't.
Glimmer. All right, wait a minute. No, I have 4, but I'm looking for Mike's, I think.
I have
And there it is.
I don't see Chris's either.
Yeah, I don't have Chris's yet.
Okay, let's see.
And I will say just for mine that
let me resend it.
Okay.
Just in case.
Since we're all giving little notes here.
Yes. I'm here.
That just that it's a heightened it's starts, what is it, media res and media res? Like they're going at the beginning, so it's kind of a heightened agitated state that they're both at, and that's the only thing.
Awesome. Woo! All right, and I will be back in a moment also.
We're so much better tonight.
How many minutes do we have? We have like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
We have 4 minutes remaining.
Ooh, fancy. All right.
They
I'll be
can come
back in
now.
I'll be back in 2.
We are getting better.
I had this strange moment of belief that we were actually working together in a theater. Just because we said, okay, there's 6 minutes left. And Ken said, I'm just going to run off for a bit. And I sort of went, oh, I'll wait till you get out.
How funny.
Not in the same.
Oh, it's because I answered the wrong email. I answered, so the emails for tonight was the one that Laura did directly to me. and that's why it's not, you guys didn't get it. Let me redo it.
I have a problem, guys. Can somebody open Valpy's PDF and save it as a Word document and send it to me? Because Acrobat is telling me I'm not signed in and I can't open it.
I'll
And,
give that a try. I don't have to look at any scripts.
I might be able to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
no, it's totally my fault. I mean, it's just Adobe's fault, actually.
I wrote it on Google Docs, so I can probably do that.
That would be
I think.
awesome.
Save it
Already
like
I'm
something.
Already I'm seeing huge
Let me
typos
see.
in my.
How do I do that?
we will be back in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Chris, is it correct that we still don't have yours?
I just sent it out to everybody. Shit. Because I didn't say oh shit.
Chris, we say.
Well, you're not in it, Lisa.
We don't say shit. We say MacGuffin.
Hey, Lisa, would it be
Exactly.
so weird if I put the whole thing in an email? Just copied and pasted. Okay, I'm
That'd
gonna
be
do that
great.
for you. I'll just do
Chris,
that.
you did, I think, ask me to be in yours to read Edgar.
Yes. Okay, just send it out. I'm sorry
Okay.
I'm having so much technical
That's all right. That's all right.
difficulty.
You should have been with us the first time.
There we go. Yours just came through for me.
Okay, Lisa,
Oh, there
I
it
also
is.
did
Yep.
it as a PDF, but I didn't save the document, so I'm not quite sure what I can do. But you're not in it,
That's okay. Then I don't need it.
so I apologize.
All right, I just sent it, Lisa. Hopefully, like, I don't know, formatting, stays something. Who
Yeah,
knows?
because I tried to send it as a Word thing, and it got all nuts out.
All right. I have just slightly under a minute left.
Okay. I'm going to go get a beer.
Laura, is it in the same?
No, just to you. I sent it separate.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Maybe we should just do that. Everyone should just do that for now.
It actually worked.
Right?
Can we review the running order?
Oh, yes, please.
Let's do Durkin, Jeff, Lisa, Valpy, Chris.
Hey, Yvonne Coneybear's here.
Is she?
And somebody else is.
All right. Durkin, Jeff, Lisa, Valpy, and Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I will open Durkin's first.
Okay.
What did you say I'm reading?
Do you think we're ready to start yelling?
I say we are. Let's do it.
All right. Audience, if you're out there, please come back. You don't need to turn on your video camera, but we just want to know that you're there. In fact, I am going to trust that you're there because you have been. You've been there for us. Thank you, everybody in the audience. I would especially like to thank those who've made a donation. It is very, very helpful. It helps us keep going. It helps us do other shows. It helps us upgrade our equipment. It helps us do plans for teaching online. It just helps us to keep going. Thank you so much. And I put our websites in the chat if you would like to go. If you feel that, hey, I would have gone to a movie or gone to see a play tonight if I could have, but obviously we can't. The ticket price would have been this, throw us about half of that. That would be great. Thank you so much, everybody.
Or all of it. Or all of it.
Right on. Right on.
And thank you all for participating tonight and being a part of this show, for taking a creative risk with us, and also for contributing to the plays that we are about to hear read for the very first time. Let me just take a moment to ask everybody who's out in our audience to please be sure that your microphone is on mute at this point. Your camera, your video is off, and your microphone is on mute. All right. The first thing we are going to do now is review all of the suggestions that we sent to the playwrights while they were writing. So these are all of the suggestions that they have in common that all of them will have in their play. So the first one was A stage direction, a character cries for 20 seconds. I think a note to the actors is the character cries for 20 seconds. All right. The second one is a character sings the theme song to Batman. The third one was the smell of dead roses permeates the space. The next one was a character suddenly notices a cobra nipping at their foot. And the final suggestion, the play ends with a long, slow fade to black until only the center light is left on. Then that fades too.
Ooh,
Very
nicely
nice.
read, too. Nicely done.
Thank you. I've been studying my Poe. All right.
All right. Michael Durkin.
Yes, sir.
I believe you wrote a play tonight.
I did.
We would all love to hear it.
All right. I got a suggestion of Screwdriver. So I just kind of went with Screwdriver, and it went where it went. So I will now just kind of turn it over to Miss Laura Valby and Mr. Chris Marshall as they read a play which I'm not going to even say the title. It isn't worth saying, but it's I really enjoy watching it. Ladies and gentlemen, the beginning of the Screwdriver play.
Then he looked at me and threatened to fire me. And I said he couldn't fire me. I had a contract. And he said contracts can be broken. And I said it would be very expensive for the company to you know.
Yeah. Larry, I'm thinking of closing early tonight. Nobody's come in here for the last two.
Nobody, Cheryl, nobody. Thanks a whole lot. This is just the kind of attitude everybody drops on me. I'm a nobody. I'm sick and tired of everybody treating me like a nobody. I'm going to show everybody.
Okay, Larry, finish up. And
another screwdriver, Cheryl. Healthiest drink in the book. It's what keeps my complexion so rosy.
Larry, listen, one more and that's it, okay? We got an agreement. One more and you go home.
Sure, Cheryl. Just one for the road. One for my baby and one more for the road.
Here you go. I gotta go turn off the pipes and then I'll be right back. Then the party's over, okay?
Okay, Cheryl. Okay. Not a problem. Okay. Geez, you know, okay.
Hey, Larry.
Okay, geez. Oh, hey yourself. Cheryl shut the place down in case you're looking for a drink.
Oh, shucks, a little too late for the party.
Yeah, too late. Too late is my middle name. My whole life is too late. Why is everyone against me? My wife is always busting my chops. My boy is too much of a big shot to even come around once in a while. I wish I were dead.
Jeez, Larry, that's a pretty strong sentiment. That there are always reasons to live, to get up in the morning. Really, Larry, you should look for the good in life.
Yeah, what good? What good is there in life?
Well, there's family, although you've already said there are problems there, but what about friends? There must be some buddies out there who miss lucky Larry.
Friends, forget it. Nobody. The last friend I had moved away. Fat man, big tub. Hated him anyway. He thought he was such a big shot with his fancy car and, you know, fancy stuff.
Well, what about exciting things to do? You've got some money in the bank, don't you? Maybe a couple of investments. Cash them in. Go someplace exotic.
And get diseased, eaten by a llama or something, to get on a plane and dive headfirst into the side of a mountain, drown at sea? No way.
Come on, Larry, buck up. There are reasons to live, to see another sunrise over the mountains, a newborn baby smile for the first time, a song that brings back a memory of youth, an aroma of...
Hey, lose it. My life sucks and there's no way around it. Get it through your thick head.
Larry, think about good.
That's it, buddy. You don't know me. You don't know the kind of life I've had. You don't know the crap I've had to deal with. You don't know.
But Larry, I do.
Ever since I was a kid, what do you mean you know?
Larry, I know everything that's made you what you are today. Larry, I know.
Are you drunk? You don't know nothing. When I was a boy, I had
polio. You almost died. You were in the hospital for 2.5 months in an iron lung. I know.
How'd you know that? I've never told you that.
No, Larry, I know everything about you, and I've been there every moment of your life. Smell that. You remember, Larry?
Ma's funeral, when we had to use leftover flowers from somebody else's funeral. My old man would have popped for flowers, the cheap bastard.
Yes, Larry. He was not a nice person at all. I remember visiting him. That was a pleasure, if pleasure were something I could have.
What do you mean you visited him?
At the quarry.
He got crushed at the quarry.
Yes, he did. Didn't he?
Who are you?
You asked for me, and I came.
What the hell is that?
I don't know what you call it, but I call it my boss.
Please get it away from me. I hate snakes. Please get that thing away from me.
But Larry, that's really what you asked for. And I'm here to provide. That's my job. Drink up, Larry. That's really your last screwdriver. And really your very, very last drink. Drink up, Larry, so you can remember the tart of the orange juice, the warmth of the vodka, and the soothing coolness of the ice cubes. The ice cubes particularly, Larry.
The cube is stuck in my throat. I can't swallow it. I can't.
All right, Larry, time to go. Ah, jeez, passed out. Jeez, this is so typical of these bonehead drunks. Why can't this place attract a better clientele? I should get a better job. If I'd only finished high school and not run off with that bass player, I might be able to get somewhere better in life. God, I am stuck in this dead-end jobs catering to these drunk doughheads. God, wish I were dead.
Hi, Cheryl.
Blackout.
Yes.
I was sorry. I was a little slow.
Sorry about that pop on earlier.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that wasn't my line, but
No, it was my fault. It's just a damn number thing. It's a damn number thing. Wonderful.
No.
Wonderful. That's exactly what. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Nice job, Durkin.
Yeah, I'm sorry to kick off the evening with such a bright note, but it happened.
That was a beautiful play, Michael.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Very nice.
All right, Jeff Tarson.
Okay, so this will be maybe a niche.
This kill myself.
A little bit of a shift in tone. So this is just to remind you, my suggestion I got was the Sahara Desert. So I've titled this play Race Against Time. And I will read the stage directions. It's a 2-character play, and it takes place in a car in the Sahara Desert, driving through the Sahara Desert. So now the world premiere of Race Against Time. A car in the Sahara Desert. Rachel and Victor, both in their late 30s, dressed in appropriate desert wear, are scanning the area intently. They are both in a heightened state.
Do you see any marshmallows?
No, just keep driving. Let me worry about the marshmallows. I've got it handled.
You got it handled? You sure?
Yes.
Because the situation in that Belgian chocolate factory wasn't handled. In fact, I'd say it was bungled. You bungled it, and we ended up dropping to 5th place thanks to your inability to tell dark chocolate from milk chocolate.
I said I was sorry.
Something every little kid in America can do. They know the difference.
Will you drop it, Victor? We all make mistakes.
Why? Because Almond Joy has dark chocolate and Mounds has milk chocolate. Plus, they are different shades of brown.
Shut up. I didn't even want to do this race. You made us throw our lives into upheaval, take time off from running the restaurant, and do this crazy thing. You and your stupid midlife crisis.
Victor looks at her stunned. He starts crying. He continues to drive, wiping the tears and snot on his shirt. Rachel turns away through all this.
That was below the belt, Rachel.
I'm sorry.
My mortality is nothing to use as a weapon.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He dissolves into tears again. Rachel looks annoyed.
You want me to drive?
No, I'm okay.
Batman. Na 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 Batman. Na 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 na
Man, you always know how to cheer me up.
Old TV theme songs. That's one of the few things marshmallows.
What?
There, on that rock.
Victor pulls over the car. They talk as Rachel puts on layers of white clothes to protect against the sand.
This is fantastic. We did it. You were awesome, babe. The way you worked that GPS. Now make sure you get 3. The clue said to get 3 of them. So make sure you get 3 of them, okay? We need 3 of them. Not just 1, but 3. We've got to make sure we follow the clue. So that means we need 3.
Shut the hell up.
Okay.
I need something to put them in.
Rachel grabs a small paper bag from the back seat and exits the car. We hear the sound of the wind and the sand sweeping around.
Victor, nana, 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 Rachel, nana, 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 winners.
Rachel gets back in the car. She pulls off her face covering and opens the bag.
Oh, it smells like dead roses.
That's what was in the bag, remember? The dead roses you gave me?
Oh, yeah, well, I thought they'd be okay.
In the desert?
Yeah, I didn't really... Anyway, did you get the marshmallows?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
What? You were supposed to get 3. I told you to...
I'm kidding! Jeez, of course I got 3. Now let's get out of here. My feet are killing me. Oh my God.
She notices a cobra nipping at her foot.
What? It's on you!
Victor exits the car.
Shit! You cannot be serious. Come back here, you little whip. Never mind.
Rachel sticks her foot out of the car and shakes furiously. It seems to get rid of it. Victor quickly comes back in.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah, it was. I almost spent more years in this crappy marriage.
Honey, there was a snake in the car. I was just...
You know what, Victor? You have a midlife crisis because you are scared. You are scared of getting old because you are scared to live. And I can't help you with that. No one can. Now move over. I'm driving.
Victor silently moves to the passenger seat.
I thought this would be exciting and solve our problems. Instead, I realize I'm alone. And so are you.
Long, slow fade to black until the center light is just on their 2 faces. Then that fades too. End of play.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey.
That was fun. Thank you for casting me in that.
Nice job.
Thanks, Jeff. Nice work. That was fun.
All right. Lisa, it's your turn.
All righty. The setting in this house high up in the Himalayas in a hallway. The name of the play is No Glimmer. Here's the first production of No Glimmer.
Look, there's a glimmer of light coming through the crack at the bottom of the door.
Oh, he's awake.
So it would seem.
I thought we'd have to wait longer.
Me too. Or that it'd never happen.
Same.
What do you think he'll say after all this time?
I can't imagine. So much has happened. Where will he begin?
He'll definitely chastise the bad actors, the mistrustful violence. That's why he's chosen now to wake up.
I don't know. The more I think on it, the more I think he'll start back at the beginning. He probably has more of a long-term outlook on things than we do. I mean, I certainly hope so. He is God after all.
He might go back to when things started going bad. The beginning of the nation state. That really got us off on the wrong foot. No, way too late in the timeline. I'm thinking Cain and Abel, the source of all jealousy and covetousness. You know, if we could love our brothers, we'd be all right.
God cries from behind the door.
Shit. What does that mean?
It means we're hopeless. Now that he's looked upon his works, he's found them wanting. He's crying for all the pain and suffering we bring on each other.
Or existential ennui. You know that dread you feel when you wake up after you've slept too long, especially in the afternoon, and you don't know what time it is?
I don't get that.
Man, that's what's wrong with you. No depth. No dark wandering through the soul's night.
What does that even mean? Okay, care to venture what that fucking means?
Do we have the wrong door?
No, it says right there on the nameplate, God the Almighty.
That doesn't mean he's really there. He went in so long ago, and it's not like anybody's been watching to see if he leaves or someone else goes in, right?
Maybe we should knock.
Yeah? I guess.
Serena goes as if to knock, but holds back.
What if we upset him?
No problem. He'll just smite us.
Very reassuring. Here goes nothing.
Yeah. Hello. I mean, who is it?
It's Serena Rosenberg and Jose Medina.
God opens the door and looks out at them.
And who are Serena Rosenberg and Joseph Medina to me?
We were chosen.
Oh, the chosen ones.
Not exactly.
Rosenberg. Sounds like a chosen name to me.
Secular. Sorry about that.
Then what? Chosen by whom?
By the rest of humanity. There was kind of a lottery. We were picked to come and wake you up.
Humanity? Sentient? What? Do I smell dead roses?
We have offerings back in the waiting room, but we've been here for a couple of weeks waiting for you to wake up. And after we pushed the bell, the roses died, the lambs wandered off, the balloons deflated, the cherubs got bored. A lot's happened.
Cobra circles Jose's ankle, nipping.
We even brought a toothless serpent to represent the taming of the fallen angel. It was part of a whole pageant thing we were going to do.
Pageant? Oh, for me? Oh, well, of course you were. I'm God. God.
Yes, you're God.
No generation of humanity has bothered me in all these millions of years until now. You must have something very serious discuss. I know. Let me guess. Am I truly omnipotent? No. Do I hear individual prayers? No, not that either. I know. Do angels exist?
No, I think we made a wrong turn. Can you tell us how to get back on track?
Blind and in the dark, huh? You're exactly where you should be. And don't bother me again.
Slams the door.
But what does that mean?
Fade to black until only a center light exists. And then it goes out. End of play.
Woo! That was fun. Nice work, Lisa.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Laura Balpi, ladies and
Oh my
gentlemen.
gosh! Already, I wanna bask in Lisa's for a while.
Oh, clap for a little longer.
Oh my goodness! All right, hold on. Let's see what I wrote. I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay, great. The suggestion that I got was a funeral. So my play starts with Lisa playing Christy and with Chris playing Sam. And my other characters, you guys can start off. I'll read stage directions from off. And ladies and gentlemen, and this is untitled, it's just at a funeral. So ladies and gentlemen, the premiere of my funeral play. In the way back at a standing room only funeral, Christy and Sam tiptoe in.
See, I told you we were going to be late.
Sorry, I really thought this was a come and go thing, like an open house. I don't know the difference between a funeral and a wake and...
Okay, shh.
You said, let's grab breakfast first.
You said it was a come and go thing.
Maybe we should just leave. Clearly, I'm not good at these things.
Don't be silly. We're here now. We can't be late and leave early.
In silence, they try to see over people's heads for a few moments.
Ian's here. I see Ian.
Where?
He's on the aisle, third row. Can you see him?
Where? No, I can't. You're a lot taller.
He must have gotten here ages ago.
Yeah, with everybody else.
He could have called me or texted just a quick, hey, I'm here. Where you at? Text.
He was probably busy consoling your other best friend like on-time people do. Oh, it's okay. Let it out. Let it out.
Sam continues to cry for 20 seconds.
Thank you. I'm okay. It's just Danny's dad, he was like a dad to me too. And the cool kind, the kind who would take us all camping and tell us to make a fire. And, we just had to, figure it out.
Yeah, very cool.
No, really, it was always an adventure with him. And he just expected greatness from us. Like we could do anything.
Sam, okay, shh. Sam, people are looking. Sorry. He's just really broken up. Sam, shh.
Ian enters. Sam and Ian really get into it.
The Joker's inciting riots all over Gotham City. The city needs me, Alfred. Give me all you got.
It's a good thing, sir. I have completed the latest gadget installation in the Batmobile.
Guys.
Oh, Poison Ivy. I should have known you were in cahoots with the Joker. The smell of dead roses follows you everywhere.
Sam.
Danny enters.
Joker.
Dan? Ian? What the hell?
Alfred, quick, I need more batarangs.
Sam.
Shit. So sorry. Uh, Sam, that's enough.
Sam? This isn't the time for that, dude. This is my dad's funeral, man. Look around.
Sam looks around. He looks down and notices a cobra nipping at his foot.
King Snake, too.
Game's over, man.
How did they get to you, Alfred?
Christy, Ian, and Danny all look at each other.
You weren't here, sir. You were late. You were late to our father's funeral. The city doesn't need you anymore.
Long, slow fade to black till only the center light is on Sam and the snake. The center light fades to black. End of play.
Yay.
Good job, you guys. Thank you. I don't know what.
Oh, that was fun. Awesome job.
That was great.
Thanks,
All
you
right.
guys.
It is time for our final play, Laura.
Yeah, before we go to our final play, I just wanted to let those who are in the audience know that after our final play, we often have, and we always have a talk back. If you want to hang around and find out anything about the process or how things went, if you have questions for the playwright, we invite you to stay after the last play. But now I want to hear the last play. Chris.
All right. And that is Chris Marcy.
All right. My suggestion was I looked for a literary device and I got a MacGuffin, and that is the title of this play. In looking it over, I realized I wrote the same turn in it 2 or 3 times. So here's my writer's card. I'm turning it in. And it's my great honor to present the 8th presentation of the Batman theme and the first presentation of MacGuffin. And I will darken myself from shame and read the stage directions. We have Frank and Janice. They are taking a very old chest out of a hole. Trembling, Janice opens it.
I can't believe it. After so many adventures. Aren't you excited, Frank?
Yeah, of course. Naturally.
Janice opens it. Her face falls.
Empty? There's no gold, but what about the prophecy and the expert on old chests from the CIA? He was full of shit.
Told ya.
Yeah, I know you told me. On the way to the plane, while the plane was hijacked, while I was landing the plane, while we were greeted on the runway by a gang of hired thugs.
Do you think there's amateur thugs? I mean, people probably start getting into deadly gun/hand-to-hand combat for the love of it. But after a certain time, you have to get paid.
I don't think that's what the subject at hand is.
And neither is the chest of gold, Janice. Don't you see? You beautiful fool. It's a MacGuffin.
He pauses for dramatic effect, which is not forthcoming.
Now is when you ask me what a MacGuffin is.
I'm still trying to get over the beautiful fool part.
But your Instagram feed is called Beautiful Fool.
Yes, but one, it's fool with a PH because it's devoted to memorabilia I collect about medieval jesters and those who play them at Renaissance fairs. And 2, I feel like you used it in a pejorative context just then. We had a long talk about that while we were escaping from that prison.
But then that means...
Frank. What's wrong?
Then our adventures are pretending to be the Pope and the trainee Pope. None of it mattered. We didn't fall in love.
I was just doing it for the gold, Frank. You know how much money you make when you and your husband work as jesters at Renaissance fairs?
Edgar approaches.
Excuse me, is everything all right here?
Everything is obviously not all right.
Stop being passive aggressive.
Well, you stop digging up the parking lot. This is a Panera Bread, not some end to a scavenger hunt, and we're about to close.
For your information, this wasn't a scavenger hunt. This was a quest for the legendary gold chest from the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar were in medieval Europe. How would their gold wind up under a parking lot in Schenectady, New York?
Yeah, that part always seemed kind of sketchy to me.
I'll tell you what I think. I think it was a MacGuffin, a device to set your story in motion that's not really the object of the story.
See? He gets it.
I'm not just a shift manager of a Panera, you know. I have knowledge to impart. I know this is a dramatic moment for the two of you, but I have my own story, and that should be borne in mind.
But Frank, why?
Because I'm in love with you, Janice. And I've been in love with you ever since you came up to my stand at the Dutchess County Ren Fair and bought an oversized turkey drumstick. The light shining off the spangles of your fool costume dazzled me. All the other stuff, the hijacking, the pickup truck chase, the nightclub with Billie Eilish singing the Batman theme. Na 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 na
Batman.
Written by Neil Hefti. Again, I know things. Well, back to the lunch rush.
It was all fake. It was just an excuse to get us to fall in love, and it didn't work.
Because you had that whole romance with Priyanka Chopra.
It meant nothing. It was just to make you jealous.
Well, it succeeded. I don't think I could ever trust you romantically.
Frank looks down the hole.
Wait, there's something else. A smaller chest.
Janice reaches down and takes it up. Reverently, she opens it. Frank and Janice react to the smell.
What is that?
It's the smell of dead roses.
No metaphors for how I'm feeling right now, thank you.
No, clearly there was something very valuable in here, and there's a note.
I can't read that handwriting.
It's 14th century script. My medieval Latin isn't quite what it was, but I think it says MacGuffined.
What's on the back?
Done by my hand, Simon of Roncesvalles, Supreme Head of Knights Templar, Local 714, Schenectady, New York.
That's it then. It's all over.
Son of a bitch! What's a fucking cobra doing in my Panera?
Frank and Janice, think about this for a second.
It must have come out of the hole.
This journey's not over. There's more to this than just a couple of empty chests.
Technically, only one was empty. The other had the note.
It's gonna be fun to work with you. Let's get some sandwiches.
We're closed, and if you two shitheads don't get out of my fucking parking lot, I'm gonna turn the lights off, slowly, leaving only one on. And then that one fades.
What?
Too.
No!
That is exactly what happened.
Nobody does a Panera worker like Ken Adams. Nobody.
I knew a lot about that guy from the way he was playing.
Several times I've gone into a Panera and the fellow behind the counter has had a kind of bad English accent. So I happen to know. That was so much fun
as
to
my
read.
mother, who's here, knows, I worked as a cashier at the Price Chopper outside of Amsterdam, New York. And I guess I was being very officious because one customer once said, "Is that a British accent I detect?" And I said, "No, ma'am, it's only an affectation."
And your mother also knows that you wrote all of those words I said, not me.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry, saying right.
I'll tell you what, can I please for one moment ask everybody who is not one of our writers to turn their video off, just so we can give our writers a little bit of a spotlight here on screen. On the count of three, I'm going to ask our writers to take a big bow. Everybody in the audience, wherever you are, stand up, cheer, and clap loudly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Really nicely done, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming. And as I've said before, I very much want to thank all of our contributors. And I believe I'm running a little screen thing here.
Yes, you are.
Wow, this is awesome. Every one of these people has helped us bring this show to you and do some of our teaching, and not only bring this show to you, but bring it with microphones that work and computers that work, and all the sudden upgrading we had to do our theater offline. And I want to give a huge round of applause from us to these people. Thank you very, 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 very much. All right. If you are leaving us now, thank you so much for being here. Our next performance is Friday, February 15th. Ken and I will be writing, and Matt Poppett and Heather Adams will be back with us, also writing. And we will be welcoming a new writer who is new to us, named Jenny King. And she's a young playwright, and she has won the 2018 Arts and Letters. Very fun. Good night to those who are leaving. And those who are staying. If you have questions that you would like to ask or comments, you could pop on and you could type them in the chat. I know I would like to start, because I do have one that I would like to ask of the writers. And that is, there were so many different moods, or I felt that mood was really strong in all of these. And I would like to know what, if you can remember, what started it? Did you decide ahead of time? I could see if we'd started with a Cobra that we would get some of these chilling plays, but we didn't. So does anyone have any thoughts about how the tone of their play came about?
Good questions.
Nobody has an answer. Yeah.
I'll say something. I don't know if it directly answers your question, but at least when I started, this was one of those, I got the suggestion and it sparked a memory from my real life. So it, I remembered this time that my husband and I went to a funeral, and we totally thought it was a come and go kind of thing. And we were in the town, we had to drive to this town, and we were in the town by the time, and we went and got bagels because we didn't want to be too early. And it was all and then we were like, oh, I guess we should go over there. And it was standing room only. Everybody was there. It was an awkward thing. So that was simply the beginning, was that it was one of those, I don't typically take from my own life, but that's how mine started.
That's awesome. Let me just bump in for a minute and say, hey, folks, if you're out there for this talk back with us and you'd like to come on screen, please come on screen. So we're all hanging out in the same room and we can talk and see who's talking to us. And we would love to make it more of a casual gathering at this point. Thank you so much for sticking with us and for coming on screen. Did anybody else have anything on Laura's last question there?
I did not.
No. Michael, were you surprised, Michael Durkin, to discover that your play was a drama rather than a comedy?
No, I mean, I knew it wasn't a comedy. I mean, I didn't intend it to not be. I had no intentions. What I can tell you about the process tonight for me was I had no idea. I was afraid I was going to present something unfinished that had made no sense, and I relied on where the suggestions would take me. So that's what happened. I'm thankful that the suggestions triggered other stuff. I just started with a guy pissing and moaning at a bar.
It was really interesting because, when we give the suggestions, we feel a little impish, and I always feel like, oh, this is kind of ridiculous and this will send them off in a silly direction. But in fact, you did such a beautiful job of incorporating all of the suggestions, but maintaining the style that you began in.
Well, that's good. That's good, yeah. Well, I didn't know who the guy was. I didn't know who the third character was. And I didn't know... and then I started to kind of form an idea. And when you gave me the snake, I thought, hey, I know who this guy is. So it kind of helped an awful lot.
Oh, you did not know that he was death before that moment?
I don't think I did. I don't remember. Wow. I maybe I did know that, and the snake kind of reinforced it. I don't know. It's. I will tell the people in the audience who may not do improvisation that a lot of times stuff happens in improvisations, and you don't know where it came from until about 2 hours later. And then you think, oh, God, Ken Adams, he said that. That's why it happened. And that's why, Ken, I've called you several times at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, thanks, old buddy. Thanks very much. So I'm
here for you.
I'm not quite sure how it happened, but it fell into place.
Are there other questions that anybody in the audience has? You can either just raise your hand and speak out loud or pop them into the chat. While people are coming up with some of those, I'd like to tap into Chris over there. This was your first time writing with us. So what was it like, and how did it match up to your expectations?
Well, it's sort of terrifying. So, especially because I'm often like very fussy, and go back and forth. And so just having to come out was, it's useful. Mm-hmm. And I said to myself, I was just like, I'm just gonna be silly. I'm just gonna go and like just, I think, true to the spirit of improv. I'm just gonna, go where the wind takes me, and the suggestions worked out really helpfully because I was like having trouble actually coming up with story. But I mean, when you like you spend all day like, even when I teach it, like sort of saying story, like, just do, the jokes come last, that kind of thing. So I was like, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna, that's why everything was all the speeches were super long, because it's like, oh, and this joke, and this joke.
Mm-hmm. So I think from the introductions that both Chris and Jeff Tarson have written professionally for television. So 2 quick follow-up questions there. I don't know, because I've never done anything like that, but I assume there's a certain amount of time pressure that forces you to write quickly. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do understand if you're writing for a sitcom, which you both have, you are responsible for coming up with a certain amount of laughs per minute. Is that in fact true? And how does that affect the writing process?
Well, I defer to Chris, who has had a much longer career than mine and has worked on more shows than I have. But I can say that, yes, the rule of thumb was you certainly couldn't have a page that was dry, as they used to say, without jokes. And there used to be kind of an old-fashioned 3 laughs a minute, 3 jokes a page on multi-camera sitcoms. So I would say it has shifted a little bit. There's more out there. There's more. Television has evolved, and comedy has evolved a little bit, I think. Television comedy has evolved. So on one hand, yes, absolutely. I think if you're hired on a comedy television writing staff, there is inherently a pressure to be funny or to find humor, whether it's visual or verbal. And if back in the old days when you were doing shows that were actually performed in front of a live audience, you would be rewriting at times on the spot. So that's my experience from it. I don't know, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when you work on a multicam, which is from a live audience, like between takes, you're always like, and I like ran a show and like you turn around, it's just like I need jokes here and here.
Yeah.
And you and like the warm-up guy is talking and they're fixing the, so it's very, it enhances the inherent competitiveness of comedy people.
Mm-hmm.
Competitive in kind of a cooperative
I
way,
would
but
say
you still want,
the one thing I
want to land that joke.
I'm sorry, Chris. Could you just repeat that final thought and then Jeff?
No, I just was talking about the competitiveness of comedy people, but Jeff was about to say something.
Well, it seems like you two are competing a little bit over who's.
I had something funny to say. Yeah. No, the one thing I was going to say actually was the thing that I loved about multi-camera comedy is that it's like summer stock. I've always compared it to that. It's very much like doing summer stock. If you've ever done, I've done both, and I think a lot of people who have an acting background have. You're putting on a new show every week. And so in some ways, it's more like a play. Like I think multi-camera sitcoms are more like a play. They're actually shown to the audience and you get live response and you know what works and you know what doesn't work. And so in that way, I think that there is a melding between playwriting and television writing in that world that's much more so than, say, an hour-long drama where you're shooting scene 14 and then you're shooting 1 and then you're shooting 73 and then you're shooting another episode maybe. So anyway, that's what I was just going to throw in there.
Yeah, no, film actors who had little or no theater experience often had to like find their way or would flounder doing a multi in front of an audience. Whereas like theater people were like delighted, to do that skill of like being in a scene and playing it out to the audience. And film people don't necessarily have that unless they just have it. Yeah, I miss multis. They're so much fun to do.
And Lisa and Laura, the two of you have experience writing plays and having them produced. Is there some parallel here to the type of pressure you need to come up with rewrites for when you have a live theater production?
I would say I haven't done a lot of rewriting. I've done some deleting, oh God, we don't need that. Okay, do this instead of that, I guess, a little bit, just to bring things together. I can imagine what it's like to be in those rooms and to put on a play that's actually getting a long run would be really exciting. But this experience that we're having is, it's like all of that. It's like every pressure-filled writing experience you could have all in one short 45 minutes.
Do we have any other questions that anybody from our audience would like to ask one of the writers? Or if there's anything that the writers feel like sharing from this experience, please initiate that.
Do you want falafel? I'm asking.
The question is, do you want falafel? Yes,
I, for
yes,
one,
do.
do.
2 for Karen.
It's getting late on the East Coast, and some of us are very hungry at this point.
Yeah. Well, maybe this is a good time to say our final thank yous and good nights.
I want to thank you very much, Chris, for jumping in on this with us. And
this was great.
I appreciate very much coming in and just doing this ridiculous version of your actual real profession and being ready to receive all the pies in the face that we throw at each other. And
no, it's great, but I hope you guys are meaner to Sam when he comes.
Yes,
yeah, I just compare him subtly compare him unfavorably to me.
Definitely. I'll say to people who know that Chris's writing partner, Sam Johnson, they've known each other since college, which I think is amazing, and been writing partners since then. And Sam Johnson used to work with our company back when we did only theater sports, I believe. And then
yes.
our first show that we did that was different was a part improvised, part music, and part written sketch show called the Natural Coffee House Radio Hour. And Sam brought in his great pal, Chris Marcel, to write on that. And that's how we happen to know each other. And I'm talking a lot now because I kind of don't want to let you go, Chris. I haven't seen you.
I know. I wish we could go out after.
Exactly. The best we can do is our little closed Facebook group. And if people haven't joined it, do. And if you've joined it and want to throw something up there, that'd be great too. But we'll
Afterwards?
have to stay out till later. Yes, Mike.
Afterwards, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, right away afterwards. So thank you all very, very much for coming. It's great to see you all. And I hope to see you again in February. Bye for now.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe,
Good night.
please, and stay healthy. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Chris.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Chris.
Good night, Mom.
Can you hear me?
Good night, Aunt Sue. Yeah, there you are. You're looking
Not
very
Mary
Blair
Ellen.
Witch.
Oh, night, Mike. I'm going now.
All right. Good night, boy.
Night, sweetie.
All right, I'll get my notes from you tomorrow.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night. It was lovely to meet you. And Chris, so nice to reconnect with you. What a treat.
I know this was terrific. And if you ever want me to drum up some people, I'm sure there's some people out here who I think might enjoy it quite a bit.
Awesome.
Me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If you ever want a ringer.
As we're all signing off, Jeff Tarson, this is just a little reminiscing between me and Jeff for a moment. Everyone is welcome to stay and listen to it, but I was just telling my daughter about a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that they did up at Binghamton. And do you remember this? I told her the whole story and only then remembered that you were in it as Lysander. But the story I was telling her, who was the lovely older gentleman who was her father?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Gruber was his name.
And there's this monologue.
Yeah, what is his name? The
father.
The father. He comes in and has this speech, like right at the beginning, sets up the entire plot. It's like, I will not let her marry him. You must marry him. It sets up the entire plot of The Lovers in motion. We did 6 performances. 3 of them he went up on lines. 3 times he went up on lines. And and it's very hard to improvise in iambic pentameter, so there was a lot of kind of just staring and kind of like, what means thou? Or what, I mean, like it was
the one
impossible.
The one I remember that I was telling Heather about was when I saw it, he has this long list of things that Lysander is giving to the daughter in order to woo her away from his chosen mate. So it's like he gives her poetry, and it's this big long Shakespearean list, and this guy goes, he said poetry to him, and he did other things.
Yeah,
a late model cutlass.
It was all played on the apron of the stage too, because they were going to have this big set. So we're all like in this very, very, not deep, shallow area, looking like. And again, I had no lines during any of this. I'm just waiting to sort of say, well, I guess your dad doesn't approve of us. And it's just, and it was one of those things where, when it was one night, it was like, well, he was like in the English department. He wasn't in the theater department. So I think they got him because he was a Shakespeare expert. And, he probably knows them by heart, right? And then by the second night, he did it again. And then it was I think somebody was off stage later, like, thou hast filched, or whatever it was that he was supposed to say. It was horrible.
It's like, what they should have done is if he has kind of have pockets, so he could sort of pat his pockets.
That's
It was like, it's just like he's written it down. He's so mad he's gonna forget something. So he's gonna thump and thump.
Let me tell you, I have written down what thou hast.
Exactly.
Yes. It was lovely remembering that and laughing about it, but it was even more lovely telling my daughter this distant memory from college, only to realize, wait, you know the guy who was in the show. That was very funny.
he was screwing you up. All right.
That was me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna get my
that's my
dinner.
moment.
So, all right.
Good night, everybody.
Good
See
night,
y'all.
everybody.
Thanks for the
Thank
memory.
you.